Welcome to another GCBASIC video. Please like this, subscribe, etc. This one is a result of my previous video with respect to AVR ASM2 trickery. Now, I showed you there how you could actually compile your assembly file using the DFP files from Microchip's MPLab and Microchip's Studio. However, it came to me in a flash that I could do something better for the community, and I've done that this morning. So here's the trickery that Microchip have created. Now you trying to get AVR ASM2 working with the new distributions of Microchip's MPLab and Microchip Studio when you're using DFP packs at the command line is very difficult because the ink files are required to support your assembly file. Could be in your program files, it could be in your user profiles, it might not be installed at all, it could be a particular version number. And I showed you that in the previous video. And essentially, in your ASM file, the ink file is ignored, and they have scripts and things and magic going on and trickery going on that actually then says, look in this particular folder, this particular release level, a release number, and find that include file. Not easy for you to do. However, in GCBASIC, I showed a very short method on how we can support that. Very simple. However, we need to resolve that. So what I've done, I've created an AVR ASM2 package on GitHub. There you go. It's on GitHub. There's the URL. It's actually in the Great Cow Basic because that's what the program, this is what the tool chain used to be called, AVR ASM2 folder. And there's the URL. It contains the core executable and the latest ink file extracted from the DFP files, the packs. It came to me, obviously, if I could extract one, why didn't I extract them all? Okay, and then put them up on GitHub, and then you can just download them. And I'm going to show you how I then use that within GC code to actually compile. Very simple. So this is what I'm doing. I'm extracting the inks from the DFPs. I've updated my local folder. Then I upload all that to GitHub, and then you can download to your local installation. And it's really very simple to use. Let me show you. I'm going to be using GC code. And now, if I show you, I'm not going to show you that it's working. Trust me, it is working. I have got attached in here a load of chips, but one that's actually working today is the Mega 4809. Doesn't really matter. All it's doing is flashing as an LED. And if I create an assembly file in this IDE, it just created the assembly file, and here it is. Look, this is the header file, and it is a .include location. Therefore, the parameter that you need to pass to the command line is what I'm going to call old style. You just have to tell it where it is. There's no DFPs involved. No great complexity. I'll show you that. This is the command line I'm using. Okay. I'm saying, okay, that here's the command line. I'll just zoom in as much as I can. There we go. There we go. So it's going to run this command. It's going to run this command line at the location. Now, just so you know that this location is wherever I put it, okay? And it's in our tool chain. It's quite simple, okay? And I'm going to pass it a parameter of v0, which is don't show me anything, but I can put that to 1 to 9. Here's my file name I'm going to pass to it, and it's going to be the .asm file that will get passed to it. Here's the include instruction. Look in a folder called include, create a EPP file, create a hex file, and create a list file. And that's the old command line that we used to use, and it worked fine. And if you remember, in the previous video, it's a very complex command line. Let's just stay with the simplicity of what we've got. So what's up on GitHub, which I've downloaded, and let me have a look in GitHub. Oh, there's a load of chips on. Here it is. So I've uploaded it to GitHub and whatever. And let me zoom in on that for you. Oh, that's not working really that well. But anyway, here it is. It's up on GitHub, AVR ASM 2, and a bit of an instruction. There you go, usage, blah, blah, blah. And here it is. There's a folder called AVR Assembler. Here's the actual executable. It's the latest one. I put this up 3 hours ago. And here are a load of includes, all extracted from very recent builds of MPLAB, the latest in actual fact. If I just open this one, for instance, it will say it was generated on the August the 1st, 2024. Okay, actually interesting that. Let's have a look at a Mega 328. Oh, no, it's called M328P. There we go, look, 328P. I'm not sure there was ever a PB, but never mind. And when was this compiled up? Ah, there you go. Many years ago. That might well not have come from the latest DFP. It doesn't really matter because I've got it for you. Okay. Oh, it says it's come from a source. There you go. It was generated a long time ago, but here is a complete set of ink files, a couple of hundred, all laid out. I have then moved those to my local installation on my great machine here. I'll just zoom in for you. These actually sit in a folder called GC Studio, Atmel, and here is the folder AVR Assembly, and it's exactly the same folder. Now, if I come back into my program, and I'm just going to change the size of this so it fits with the screen that's displayed. Let me just hack that about for you. There we go. How do I move it? Oh, there you go. Let me just make that a bit bigger. So, tricky, isn't it? There we go. I just want to get it all on the screen. There you go. So that's my complete program, and I have selected AVR ASM 2 as my compiler. It now goes compiling, and it's done it. And here it is. Here's the instruction: assembling using GC Studio, GCBASIC, Atmel, AVR Assembler, AVR ASM 2, and it found the correct ink file. And the trust me, the ink file, the ASM file for that is correct. Look, it's up here. Look, oh, it doesn't need all that hacking about. I wish I'd known this a few weeks ago, because I've been wasting my time. I could have done this to validate my code. So now you can write your own ASM, you can do what you like, and you can just download that thing from GitHub. And I'll just maintain it. It doesn't take 5 seconds. I've got all the utilities. They can run automatically. And as I update my MPLAB X, I'll just keep that thing updated. There's a freebie for the planet. So this process I showed you, I'll extract the inks, update my local folder, I'll update GitHub, and then you can download that to your local installation. Result, okay? So enjoy that. Let me just go back to my first page. A bit more AVR ASM trickery, but this time from me. Click, subscribe, like. Thank you.